Have you ever had an idea or a very strong gut feeling that turned out to be right? Imagine if you can harness that power and utilize it every single day to help you achieve your goals, wants, and desires. There is a really strong and powerful set of techniques that you can use to increase your intuition, and some of those include meditation and visualization. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how both of those exercises and practices have a very strong effect on your ability to connect more with your deeper self, gain insight and downloads from the universe, and tap into divine guidance so that you have a strong force guiding you and helping you make the right decisions and head in the right direction when it comes to manifesting the things that you want and the life that you're trying to create. So what exactly is intuition? Intuition is the innate ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning or thinking about it for too much of a prolonged period. So when it comes to manifesting the life you want, say you are starting a new business and you don't know exactly where to start, or you don't know the proper steps to take, oftentimes intuition helps to guide us in making the right moves, taking the right steps. So that is why it's so important to be able to tap into that power. And when we are tapping into our intuition or listening to our deep consciousness, that is the authentic voice of God. So that is why it's super important that we learn these skills. So now when it comes to visualization and meditation, they are almost essentially one and the same, slightly different, but they also can be considered the same. So meditation is when you are focusing on relaxing, calming your mind, and breaking past this another barrier, if you will, to achieve a state of ultimate bliss and content, or calmness and tranquility. Where visualization, on the other hand, is a bit more of an active mental practice where you are creating an image or putting yourself in a particular setting or situation. But also by visualizing, you can essentially overwhelm your body with the feeling of bliss and peace. So imagine if you are constantly visualizing you reaching a specific goal that you're set out to achieve. Of course, that's going to literally flood your entire body, your entire mind with peace and bliss, because you've literally accomplished something you've been trying really hard at. So that's why I always say the right type of visualization can also act as a meditation as well. Very similar benefits and very similar brain activity. So we're going to talk about some of the scientific foundation of meditation. The really cool thing about these two exercises is that it actually scientifically starts to develop your brain, meaning certain parts of your brain will grow and expand. And that is just from the physical aspect. Also, you're going to make new neurological connections and specific connectivity in very important brain networks. But let's talk about some of the physical changes that are going to occur from constant visualization and meditation. Some of the structural changes that are literally going to take place in your brain, which is really cool, is that your prefrontal cortex is going to grow in thickness. That is the part of your brain that's responsible for planning, decision making, impulse control. So those changes are going to enhance cognitive flexibility and intuition by improving the brain's ability to integrate complex information. Also, by constantly meditating, it's going to reduce the size of the amygdala, which is actually the brain's fear center, which means you will literally have less stress and less anxiety, which will of course make your brain better equipped to tap into intuition, because you're not going to have all this outside noise clouding your judgment, scaring you. And obviously when you're in a fear state or a state of anxiety, you're not really able to truly see things for what they are. You know, everything is going to be a bit clouded and obscured or warped and abject. So another way that visualization is going to play a role in you tapping into your intuition, remember, when you are constantly visualizing your I guess wished fulfilled, meaning that you're focusing on the end goal, What that is going to do is start to build a spiritual prototype. And the more and more you focus on the end result that you're trying to achieve, bringing out all of its small, delightful details and living in every single moment, really constructing this reality. Remember, if your goal is to buy a house on the beach, you can literally visualize yourself sitting on the balcony of your brand new house overlooking the ocean, and you can experience every single sound, every single sensory stimuli. You can see seagulls, flying by. You can hear them making noise. You can hear the waves crashing. You can smell the salt water, the salt in the air. You can hear kids running and playing on the beach. Every single detail. You can see the house, your beach house, right? You can pick out the tile. You can, tap into what it will feel like for your feet to be hitting the ground, opening and closing a drawer, every small detail. And what that's going to do is going to make these new neurological pathways in your brain, which is going to then literally, as we saw, change your brain. And now you're making an actual physical change. And when you make a physical change to the body, the rest of your reality has no choice but to match that frequency and match that new reality, because you're literally fundamentally changing your mind. And if you're changing your mind and your brain, then the body and the world around you has to keep up, and it has to catch up. Also, guys, I'm not going too much into citing the actual scientific articles and the literature that supports this, but there's plenty of studies, and I will link them in the description just in case you guys are into actually reading all this research and studies that have been done. Mind you, these are studies done in a controlled environment in laboratories from some of the top institutions and some of the top researchers in the world. And we have this information, which is amazing. So I'll put it in the description of this video. I'll cite all the articles and all the studies so that you can do your own research as well. And also, when it comes to meditating, once you reach this state of, extreme focus and bliss and nothingness, remember that nothingness is the point of creation. If you look into outer space, you see it's quiet, it is infinite blackness, right? There's massive voids, but that is a place of creation. That is where the universe came from. It came from a place of nothingness. And so when you are meditating and you are getting in a state where your mind is completely clear of any thoughts, any emotions, and you're just one with pure bliss and just pure emptiness and black space, dark matter, that is when the point you can create from. And that is when you get so calm and so relaxed, and you let the intuition just flow into you, and you become a channel for divine activity, but it takes time to exercise your intuition and to be able to pick up on these ideas, because oftentimes, guys, you'll just be in a very calm and relaxed state, and you'll get an idea, or you'll get an inclination, or you'll get the urge to do something. Oftentimes that is literally the universe or God or your deep subconscious mind, universal or infinite intelligence, trying to guide you and send you a message and give you instruction on what to do. So sometimes it comes in really quick and it's almost imperceptible, and we ignore it, and then we're letting a golden opportunity slip by. But once you continue to visualize and meditate, you're going to be a lot more aware of this information that's coming to you, so that you can utilize it and take the right steps. And that is going to help you make quantum leaps, because you're going to get these new intuitions of ideas of things to do, where you want to bypass all these really difficult steps. I'll use myself for an example. This was a few years ago. I wasn't making very much money at all. Maybe, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. I was trying to manifest, getting to five-figure income. And by doing this constant visualization and meditation, I was able to literally skip a bunch of steps and go in, I think it was 4 to 6 months, from making, like I said, between $3,000 to $5,000, $6,000 a month. It would always vary, living paycheck to paycheck, to just literally within 4, 5, 6 months making $30,000 a month. And because I got these inspirations, these ideas from that place of constantly meditating and visualizing and sitting still and practicing this as much as I could every single day, taking, time, as many times of the day as it takes. Any free time I had, I would go into a closet in a dark room, very quiet, and get comfortable and literally visualize the end result. And like I said, I got these ideas that were able to, like I said, give me quantum leaps and take me from point A to literally point Z, skipping a bunch of steps. Because oftentimes the goal that we want can be achieved a lot faster, because our conscious mind has very, very limited information. So if you have a goal of reaching $1 million a year, there's only a few ways that you can personally think of it using your just basic intellect. But if we tap into the higher power and the infinite intelligence, it has infinite ways to help us achieve that goal. Potentially can help you achieve it in a day. Now, oftentimes we're not ready to get that information and perceive that knowledge, but it's very possible. Mind you guys, when it comes to manifesting and creating your reality, there is no such thing as impossible. So keep that in mind also. But anyway, guys, I don't want to make this video too long. It's just a short video, just reminding you to start to meditate and visualize, or visualize to the point where you're feeling your goal being accomplished and you're living in the reality that you desire, and letting it calm you and consume your body with peace, because you're going to take on the frequency of you already being where you want to be in life, and that within itself is a meditation. So if you found this video helpful, let me know, guys. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.